Hi.
You show me how to live love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
Do you want to come in?
Is it on the inside or the outside of the window?
Well, if I'm scraping at him on the window, do you think he's on the inside? Do you want to come in?
Spiders that size are quite cute.
Oh right, so sorry, you keep them as pets?
Well, no, I wouldn't have it as a pet, but like if it's there.
Should we let
it's
him in
fine.
then? Come on, dude.
No. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am joined by my boyfriend Sid, and today feels a little bit like deja vu because around 9 months ago-ish, in June last year, we filmed a very similar video to this where we sat in the car and answered some questions because that was Sid's first proper time on my channel. So we answered some questions, well, you answered some questions about yourself
yeah.
And we answered some questions about how we met and our relationship. So today is kind of the I was gonna say 9 months on update, but that sounds like we're updating on something else, but
no, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. But since then, obviously quite a lot has changed. We have been in a long distance relationship, sort of, since then. We'll go into all of these things obviously when we answer the questions. We're going into our final year of uni, so we've got a lot of questions concerning those kind of topics. But first, I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Made to drive to Costa first to get a coffee before anything can be done.
That was so quick. That was like the quickest Costa service I've ever had. Literally in and out.
Definitely not. 100% no. What is it?
Just an iced Americano.
So it's literally just a black coffee.
It's like black coffee and water and ice.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying the taste of just black coffee recently.
No milk.
I don't know why.
Anything.
No milk.
Oh, also I had to stop myself. If you want some of these, candy kittens, gourmies, blood
They're
orange.
They're not called gourmies.
That's
I know they are called gourmies. I thought that's something that you'd made up.
But anyway, I left 2 for you, so.
Oh, thank you, so generous.
Enjoy them.
Just for clarification, because we did actually get a question about this. This isn't our car that we're in. We're actually in Sid's mum's car that Sid has insured himself on. And we sold the car that we took around Scotland with us. Oh, do you want to choose one?
I think we already know the answer to this one
Right,
as well.
which one is it?
Who is the best cook?
The best cook is obviously me.
Sid. What?
Sid's specialty, if he ever cooks dinner, is either freezer food or this...
Freezer food is just if I can't be bothered.
Or
I think
this strange, like, pesto pasta dish where it's obviously pesto
I saved that
pasta,
for you.
and then like basically whatever he's got in the fridge and in the cupboard. So it normally consists of,
no, because
I think last time it was like taco beans, sweet corn, mushroom peppers.
What? Yeah, which all work.
Yeah.
And that's why I specifically buy them, because they know they're going to work in it. My problem is with cooking is because, you know, I'm a better cook. I do understand like the whole benefit of, you know, like learning a good recipe like once and like knowing it. Also, do you cook together?
Oh, do we cook together?
Also the question as well, do we cook together?
Not really.
No.
It's either one of us doing it or the other.
So basically, when you come live with me, I do it, and when I come live with you, you do it. So
yeah,
it's pretty much how it works. And there is a significantly better method and style of cooking when I go and live with you. So,
exactly. So I'm the better cook.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen me actually try, you know. No.
Well, no, one time. He knows what I'm gonna say. One time, this was before we were both plant-based, by the way. This was when we were like first started dating. Sid wanted to cook me dinner, and he was making this recipe that was supposed to be kind of like teriyaki, like sticky chicken or something like that. Yeah. And it involved breadcrumbing the chicken. So you had to roll the chicken in egg to then roll it in the breadcrumbs. However, Sid clearly missed out like 7 steps of the instructions and just put the chicken in a pan, put the egg in the pan, and put the breadcrumbs in a pan. So made some weird concoction of fried chicken with a scrambled egg and breadcrumb.
Yeah, but it said that, like on the recipe.
No, I read the recipe afterwards. It did not say to do that. You were supposed to coat the chicken, not just like scramble the egg.
Yeah, I coated the chicken just in the pan.
Yeah, I mean the thought was there, but the execution wasn't.
Tasted nice, didn't it?
It was really salty as well. we may as well just, you know, answer the big question.
Oh no.
Because we got a lot of questions about this, and this was, how have you made long distance work? How did you find it?
Have we made it work?
Well, I mean, we're still here, so I guess, yeah, we have made it work.
True. I mean, I think we do have to give that disclaimer initially though, don't we?
When I get asked about long distance relationships, I almost feel like a little bit of an imposter, because yes, we're in a long distance relationship by definition, that we live in different countries at the moment.
Just a long way
but
away.
I kind of just accidentally moved to one of the cheapest destinations that you can fly to from Manchester Airport, which is obviously the closest airport to Leeds, where Sid lives.
It's fortunate in that sense.
So I think what I was trying to say is that I feel like a bit of an imposter because we see each other very often, because it's just cheap and easy to visit one another.
I guess it's also about what works for you in a way.
Yeah.
And I think there was sometimes that question of it, like, should we be waiting longer? But then we would have been just forcing ourselves to do it. And, you know, when we can and when we're both happy to do it and spend our money on that, like, why would we force that?
And especially because for you, a lot of your lectures and like university classes were still online this year as well. So like
True.
Sid could take his work and do it in Denmark still.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it happens.
I just had my job though.
A lot
I
of
just needed to
a lot of
concentrate
things worked in our favour. Got to bear in mind that it will take adaptation and it will present new challenges, because even for us, like especially in the first few weeks, even the first month, we had to work out, okay, how are we now going to communicate? I mean, I've even seen when moving abroad, I think a lot of people mistake that kind of like adjustment period at the start of a long distance relationship for, you know, something going like wrong in the relationship. And it's not necessarily that something is going wrong, it's just for anyone doing it, just bear in mind that there will be an adjustment period, and as long as, like Sid said, you communicate during that and you work out new understandings, then you will get through it.
Right, as I mentioned before, we're in a car park, obviously a very empty car park, because I would not let her do this anywhere else. However, for your amusement, we're gonna let Lyd drive the car. So if we can swap over. Sunglasses are on, driving glasses are on. Right, so turn the car on the side. Perfect, yeah. We've done a little lesson before in the same car park. So do you see there, you're getting some revs? That's sort of where you want it, okay? In the revs.
My hands are so clammy.
Obviously, as you start going, you wanna, actually, I'll stop the steering wheel for the start, so obviously we don't go anywhere. Yeah, as you go on the accelerator. Okay, and we've stalled. Now slowly on the clutch, and on the accelerator, slowly release the clutch. Slowly release the clutch.
Oh God.
Nice little stall again. Fine, it's fine.
Why are we rolling?
It's fine, just turn the car off and on again. No, turn it off.
Ah. Sid.
What do you think we do?
Sid.
The brake.
Oh, sorry.
And I think that's us done for a driving lesson.
I've had enough. Sorry for any background noise. We've had to open the windows
sweating. I was about
because
to
we
die.
are both going to combust in this car if we don't have any airflow. But following on from that question, the next question is, what are our plans for the next year? Are we going to live together in our final year? Because just for context, we're both going into our final year at Leeds doing business management. We've caught each other up now because Sid did a gap year, I've done a study abroad year, so now we're in final year together. And are we living together?
No.
No.
No, I don't want to live with you.
It is something that we considered when we were looking at houses, and obviously the housing situation came about at the end of last year, but I think we just kind of came to the conclusion that
it was never good. Like it was
just probably wasn't the right time for it, because I think we both assume that we are going to live together after uni.
It was obviously a consideration when we were both sort of like initially thinking about it, and you know, nothing else like with anyone else was decided.
It's our last chance probably to live with friends, and I obviously love my housemates, I love my friends in Leeds, so it was my kind of last opportunity to live with them before we probably move to different places, get different jobs. I know some of my friends that I'm housemates with will probably move in with their boyfriends too after uni. And also the thing is, like, it's not like we're not gonna see each other because we don't live together. Like, we'll probably see each other so often, especially because we're literally doing the same degree and probably the same classes next year.
Oh, no.
That's either going to be a really good thing or a really bad thing. But also, one thing that we were kind of considering with it is it's not a very common thing at university to really live with like just your partner. So I think one thing that we were slightly worried about is accidentally alienating ourselves slightly. Whereas obviously if we just lived with our friends, then, you know, it's just as easy to see each other. But then we're also, it's kind of like best of both worlds while you're at uni.
I don't think there was any sort of huge benefits.
Well, apart from the fact we'd be living together, you know, that's a benefit. What's going on over here?
Well, they were just lying in the bush before.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, interesting, but I'm sure they'll just come past. I think we should get an electric scooter.
What, and do that?
Yeah.
Following on from that, what are our summer plans? Any more holidays together? Any road trips? So we are going to Hawaii. I've mentioned this in a video before. We're going to visit my friends from the first semester of my study abroad year for 2 weeks. And on our way to Hawaii, we go through Vancouver because it's a 24-hour journey. So on the way back through Vancouver, we're stopping and visiting your friend in Vancouver. We're
doing like Vancouver Island, little place called Kelowna.
Wine region.
Yeah, that's all you're going for. And we're also going to Calgary as well.
And then we have another trip planned, but it's a secret.
It is.
Obviously you will find out closer to the time, but we are still in the planning stages of it, so I don't want to say what it is yet. But it's very exciting, and we're going for about, is that 6 weeks that we're going for?
The whole trip is 6 weeks, yeah.
So we've got a very busy summer.
We have indeed, and I mean, I don't think we ever planned for it to be like that.
All we had planned was Hawaii, and then we thought, oh, we may as well do Canada because we're going through Canada. Yeah,
no, it's very exciting, and I suppose that mystery trip is something that will be big.
I'm sure you guys, like, the content is going to be so good from that trip.
Obviously I'll be there as well, so you know. God, you got through that, didn't you?
I need a wee now as well, it's gone straight through me.
Brilliant. Just pop outside the Kia.
Okay, another big question. Plans for after graduating?
Yeah, I suppose with like our plans now, I guess we can be safe in saying we do sort of like talk about ourselves.
Yeah, now it's become very like joint plans after uni.
There's no reason as to why not, like, because also like our sort of goals and aspirations for after uni have quite nicely sort of joined in together anyway.
That was another question as well, like, what are our goals like and are they similar?
Well, let's do two
in one.
Let's do two at the same time. Well, yes, basically the answer to that one is I think they are quite similar, and they've sort of grown into each other in a way. Like, we think the major thing is afterwards, I think the only thing we're really concentrating on straight away is sort of travel, I think.
Yeah, so neither of us are looking at applying for like grad roles or going into a career straight after uni. We're both in a very fortunate financial position where we can afford to just have like a year or like 2 years kind of after uni to travel around a bit
slowly.
I think our plan is I would really like to go to Asia like in the summer after uni maybe, and do like proper like traveling. And then I think our plan is to slow travel, so move to a country for a few months, however long you can really stay, like visa free really, and then kind of settle. I don't know, like you like find a job. I'm gonna try and give YouTube and social media a go, and then
well, I mean, I think you're already giving it a go, just 100% in a way, instead of having it on the side of, I guess.
Yeah, have a go at it like full time. And then move on to the next place. And I think we're both kind of hoping that long term, during that kind of like slow travel phase, we'll work out what we want to do, because we both have very similar aspirations in that we both love to have our own business.
And we'll sort of earn money as we go whilst travelling in order to fulfil that. We're very relaxed with it, we're taking it as and when, but we are having a little bit of planning there, so we're not just like, you know, free willy, just like doing.
Free willy.
That's a phrase.
What is that?
It's a bug, it just flew in.
Look at him. Like a beetle.
Did you know that there are more beetles? Beetles is the biggest like species of animals. in the world. Like, I think there's like a fact, like all the beetles outnumber the amount of animals in the world.
So on screen, beetle fact. Okay, last question for this video. Something that actually a lot of people have been commenting on recently, got quite a few DMs. Is Sid Jonathan Bailey's long lost twin?
Who is this bloke?
He is Anthony from Bridgerton. I will insert a photo on screen for those that haven't seen Bridgerton, but I have actually said this for over a year because at some point last year, don't remember why, Sid had sideburns for like a little bit. I'll see if I can find a photo of that also.
When?
And I said at the time,
When?
you definitely did, you had a sideburn bit for a while. And I remember at the time saying, you look like you're from Bridgerton. I'm gonna put a poll in my community tab.
Please,
once I've
I
uploaded
don't.
this video.
I
And
don't
vote
look
yes
like
or
him.
no,
I
does
don't
Sid look like
him.
Jonathan Bailey?
There's many more people that you know what I used to get?
What?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
I used to get Tom Cruise, a young Tom Cruise.
Young
now,
Tom Cruise.
I'll take that happily. That's what you should do the poll through. What do I look more like? Him?
I kind of see it.
Right, thank you. It's that, or
I kind of see it.
right. So it's that bloke, which I don't look like, or it's young Tom Cruise.
Maybe
which,
you're like a mix of them both.
No, we're not having a mix. It's either one or the other. It's one or the other. Or I just get told I look like Slid the Sloth.
When we were speaking...
What do you mean? Why was there no? Why didn't you say no?
No, I was just thinking that I remember when we were speaking on Snapchat for you to collect the textbooks, because all I had was Sid and nothing else to go off.
You thought I was going to turn out looking like
in
a
my
sloth.
head, you know when you're like speaking to someone but you don't know what they look like, or when you're reading a book and you don't know what they look like, you imagine what they look like and you just make up something. Like in my head, like you were Sid the Sloth.
Brilliant. So you thought a dopey sloth was
obviously
going to come up to your door and go, excuse me, can I have a second?
So I was very pleasantly surprised when you turned up on my doorstep.
Oh, thanks, darling.
On that note, we will end this video here. I feel like we have sufficiently chatted enough shit for one video.
Probably a little bit too much.
But if you've enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on social media. I'll also put Sid's social media on screen. He's turning into a bit of an influencer.
Yeah.
And I will see you next time. Bye!
Bye, guys.